Hey there, so I'm going to show you guys some videos of how to use Kami in the classroom. It's honestly pretty awesome. So I'm on Canvas now because obviously that's where we start with everything. Um, and Kami is as simple as you do have to put the app into Canvas, but once you do that, it's really simple. And you start with assignments, and then you would go to create a new assignment. So I teach science and right now we're learning about photosynthesis. So I'll name this photosynthesis. And you come down here and I'll just say, please work on this study guide for learning about photosynthesis. Okay. You come down here and you go to external tool. So it's submission type right here, you can see. And you hit external tool and you hit find. So I use Google Drive, but people use a lot of different things, and that will come into play. So it says Kami Google Drive. You do not have to use just your Google Drive, though, and I'll show you that. When you click here, it does open up my Google Drive because it's meant to pair well with that. So you can see, okay, so you can see I have, all my normal files. But what you can see is right here is upload, and this is where you could actually go into your computer and I could go into documents and Anderson and science, and I could pull stuff out of here if I wanted to do that. So you don't have to have Google Drive, it's just an option. So I use my Google Drive though pretty frequently. And we'll come down to Anderson 4th grade. And this one is science. Okay, so I found this photosynthesis interactive workbook. It is actually a PowerPoint, so it's not a PDF. It's just not. So I come in here and I click this, and Kami, without me having to convert it from the slideshow, will automatically convert this slideshow into a PDF, and you'll see it's pretty cool. So then the next thing you do is you just hit select again. I always load it in a new tab because if you put it on that same screen, it just becomes really small. But if you load it in a new tab and you teach the kids to click on the gray box, they're really great about learning that. So it will always make me put in a due date. So we will do save and publish just for time. So this is what it would look like if they were to go to this assignment. So we'll go to assignments and I'll click on it so you can see. Okay, photosynthesis right here. So they would click on their assignment and it says, please work on the study guide for learning about photosynthesis. When they click on this, they will have a login process, and that they'll have to do that the first time, but then it will remember all their information. So it will make them do it the first time, but after that, it will just do this. And so they can, that was a slideshow that I had, but now we just turned it into a PDF, and they can write all over this. And they love it. It's actually great. And then up here where we see, it says right here for us, save. But for a student on their Google Chrome, it actually, when they click it, it says submit. And it'll put a little drop-down menu. And if you give them multiple attempts, like I gave them 2 attempts on this or 3 attempts when I actually did it, they can put in work, submit it, and then come in later and unsubmit it and correct it. So if you went over in class and you had them correct it, they could do that. And so it will allow them to unsubmit and submit as many times as you've limited it to, which is really pretty awesome on our end. Another thing is whatever they do on this, if they exit it out or their computer crashes, when they come back to that assignment and they click on that box, it saved everything because it's actually connected to their drive.